Right, morning year 10. Welcome to video number 1 in your Design Technology NEA video tutorials. So today we're going to be looking at investigating the context. So the OCR exam board have released the 3 contexts that you can choose from for your NEA project. That's your final project. And here they are. So I'll put a screenshot of this on Show My Homework for you, but there are 3 choices. Number 1, multiple purpose spaces. Working from home is becoming more common in modern day society. Explore the role design can play in creating products that make multi-purpose spaces as efficient as possible for both living and working. Number 2 is everyday activities. Access to everyday activities can be an issue for people with limited movement, including older people. Explore the role design can play in extending opportunities for people who struggle with everyday activities. Or number 3, music. Music can be an enjoyable social and cultural experience that does not only focus on playing an instrument. Explore the role that design can play in enhancing the experiences for any of the stakeholders involved. So how do you get started? Well, you have to investigate all 3 of those contexts, okay? So before you decide on a project that you want to do, you have to explore all 3. The easiest way to get that started is to do a bubble diagram for each one of those 3 different contexts. So that's 1 for multi-purpose space, 1 for music, and 1 for everyday activities. So the exam board exemplar looks a little bit like this. So there are 3 contexts for security, designing and public spaces. And this guy has done 3 bubble diagrams, 1 for each one. And each bubble diagram explores as much as he or she can possibly think of to surround that particular design context. Okay, so the more detail you put into this bubble diagram, the more marks are available for you. So before you start thinking about exactly which one it is you want to do, you've got to make sure that you explore all 3 of them first, okay? And that is the easiest way to do it. The second thing you need to add on to that is you're going to need to add a collage of images that relate to all 3. Okay, so you'll have a collage of images that relates to context 1, context 2, and context 3. The maximum I'm looking for here is 6 slides. So if possible, this should all be done on a PowerPoint. If you don't have access to a PowerPoint, you can do it by hand, or at least the bubble diagrams by hand, and that will be sufficient for now. I do imagine that we'll probably be back in school together sometime between now and the end of term, we hope, so we can put it all together then. But obviously the more you do now, the better. So the key points to remember with this is you need as much variety as possible. So your bubble diagrams need to be in as much detail as possible. Okay, you need your own thoughts and opinions on it. So this is vital all the way through, making sure that you are putting your thoughts as a designer into all the work that you do. And you need a full page of images for each of the contexts. Okay, so that's variety, detail, thoughts, opinions, and images. And if you're doing this on a PowerPoint, which I strongly suggest you do because that's the way you'll be handing it in later, you need a maximum of 6 slides. So that'll be 1 of these per slide, followed by a collage of images that relate to that particular design context that you are looking at. Later on in the project, you will decide which one of these 3 is you want to do, and then that will be the one that we take forward and we'll discard the other 2. But it's really important right at the very beginning that you explore all 3. And the reason being, if I just give you a very quick look at the mark scheme, which you don't need to be worried about just now, but if you have a quick look, the very first thing on here is investigating the context. So in order for you to start getting marks, mark band 4, 16 to 20. In order for you to start accruing as many marks as possible, we need to get this off to a good start. Okay, so I hope that makes it clear. If not, please, got any questions or queries, please put the comments, send the comments via Show My Homework and I will clear them up for you. Ordinarily, if we were doing this in school, the 3 bubble diagrams followed by 3 collages is probably in the region of 6 hours worth of school lesson work. So I'll be expecting you to work on this for the next 2 weeks. Every time you have a homework, I'll set it and just remind you what you should be doing. But in order for you to create 6 slides. Okay, that's 3 context bubble diagrams and 3 collages. That's about 6 hours work. Keeping it on a memory stick or keeping it on your laptop or whatever, so you can bring it into school when we need it, which will be when we get back together again, is a really good thing. Now I know a lot of you won't have access to a computer, so if you can do the bubble diagrams by hand, that will be enough for now, and we'll put the collage together when we're in school. Okay, best of luck with that. Remember, you've got 3 contexts. You've got to do a bubble diagram, mind map, call it what you want, and a collage for each one of these. Now I know they're relatively vague, so at the minute it's about looking at the 3 of them and thinking what design products fit into these 3 different categories, and what kind of project could I potentially make, and what kind of people would use that project. Okay, hope that makes sense. Any comments, let me know, show my homework if I can help. Best of luck, I'll catch up with you soon. Take it easy, bye.